Hey man, what's up? What's happening? You already know who it is. It's your boy Nephew Q, host of Conversations with Q, a show about society, culture, life, love, entertainment, sports, and everything in between. But before we get into today's installment, I need everybody to like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel Conversations with Q. And if you can't watch us on YouTube, make sure you listen to us on all major podcast streaming platforms, Conversations with Q as well. Also, if you want to email me some crazy stories that you've seen online and you want me to talk about it and give my thoughts and opinions on it, feel free to email me at conversationswithq22@gmail.com. Also, if you want to anonymously send me an email about, a situation you're going through and you want some advice and you want me to come on here and give you some advice and talk about whatever it is you're going through anonymously, please feel free to email me as well. I'll talk about it, and maybe even people who are watching can comment and give you some advice as well. I mean, Steve Harvey, no disrespect to Steve Harvey, but Steve Harvey has the, strawberry letter, and he's a comedian. So you getting advice on life and love from a comedian. You can get some advice from Q Walker. You feel me? But anyways, make sure you email me any stories that you guys see, or if you need some advice, or if you want me to talk about something and maybe get some people to give you some advice and help you with your situation, please feel free to email me. But anyways, let's talk about today's installment, and it's about an open marriage and a guy who said that he made the most idiotic decision by opening up his marriage. So check the story out. A spouse who regrets persuading his wife of 23 years to go on an open marriage has been criticized online, with many saying he should not be shocked by his outcome. In a viral post shared on True Off My Chest on Reddit, the guy wrote, "I made the most idiotic decision of my life. I felt things were lackluster and wasn't attracted to my wife as I once was. Had a crush on a coworker, convinced my wife to open up our marriage. My coworker ended up not being interested, but my wife has more dates and men that she knows what to do with. She refuses to close it back up, so my options are deal with it or divorce." Now, here's a little information for you. While an open relationship can mean different things for couples, it generally means both partners can have sex with other people. A YouGov poll in April 2021 found that a quarter of Americans would consider a non-monogamous relationship. A 2021 study published in the Journal of Psychology and Sexuality suggested that people in open relationships were 20% happier than traditional relationships. All right, so my guy, all right, my dude. So let's talk about the idiotic decision that you made and how you came to this idiotic decision that you made. First and foremost, why would you go and talk to your wife about having an open relationship and your dumb ass ain't even figured out if your coworker is even interested in you? So if this is the route that you want to go and have a conversation with your wife about having an open marriage, how about you at least find out if your coworker is even the slightest bit attracted to you or interested in you before you go out and have this conversation with your wife? Because now you did this without knowing your coworker if she was interested or not. Now this thing done backfired, and now you want out of this. Nah, player, you got to hold this L because you didn't do the research and your due diligence to make sure to find out if your coworker was even interested in you. Because guess what? If you go to your coworker or however you want to approach the situation and you find out your coworker isn't interested, ta-da! You don't have to have a conversation with your wife about an open marriage because now you know your coworker ain't even interested in you. So there's no need to even go down that route. So you got to take your L on that part of it, my guy, because you didn't do what you needed to do before you even had the conversation with your wife. And let's just be let's just keep it 1,000. Let's just keep it a buck. Let's keep it 100 done. You just wanted to have sex with your coworker without having to feel the guilt, the shame, and the consequences of feeling like you cheating on your wife. So your dumb ass thought it'd be a good idea because you wanted this one hall pass. Well, let me talk to my wife about having an open marriage so I can sleep with my coworker and not have no guilt or shame or feel no consequences of it. And the shit backfired, and then she's living her best life, and you just sitting at home looking like a damn dummy. So You got to hold this L because you already starting off 0 for 2 in how you handled the situation. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get to the lady in a second, but as far as men, like when we go to our significant others about having an open relationship, we don't stop and think about the other side. We only concerned in thinking about how much fun we are going to have with it, how many women we are gonna sleep with, and not have to feel like I need to sneak around and I can do this and do that without having any consequences, guilt or shame, and I can just be free and do whatever I want to do and have all these women. And you may even potentially meet a woman that has given you the best that you've ever had. She's doing tricks and things your wife never even thought about doing. She's introducing you to all type of little nasty stuff that you ain't never even thought about doing, and you out here just living your best life, and you like, man, I love this open relationship because I get to do what I do and still have the companionship of my wife. But you know what? There's two sides to every coin, my guys. We don't stop and think, well, damn, what if my wife is doing the same exact thing? Can us as men, can we, I'm gonna say no. Can we deal and handle the thought of our wife knowing our wife is going out there to do what she do? No, we can't. And I'm gonna tell you we can't, because the male ego is fragile, and anytime we see and feel like our woman is doing something disrespectful to us, even if we are okay with the disrespect, it still bothers us. I'll put it to you like this. Fellas, real quick, take 5 seconds out your day. Think about your wife or your girlfriend or your significant other having intercourse with another man. Take 5 seconds to see how it makes you feel, right? That woman in an open relationship has to do that same thing with that man, right? She has to sit there and she has to think about all the nasty stuff her husband, her boyfriend, her significant other is doing with these other women, right? We don't stop to think, well, damn, how am I going to feel when she goes out and does her thing? Am I cool with that? Can I handle that? Am I okay with that? Like we don't think about that part until it actually happens, and then we don't like it. And like I said, the male ego is fragile. I'll give you another example, right? A man can cheat on a woman, and a woman can be hurt, and all of that, rightfully so, right? But if a woman cheats on a man, boy, let me tell you, that man will feel like somebody spit in his face and called his mama a slut at the same time. It is a hurt that is unfathomable. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know how to deal with that, but we expect a woman to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? But when we get told that we getting cheated on, our ego and pride is, oh my goodness, it is shattered into 10 million pieces. But I ain't here for that. That's a different conversation for a different day. I'm here to talk about this situation that this guy's got going on. You know what I'm saying? Because now his dumb self is sitting at home trying to figure out if he should just deal with the situation that he's been placed in, or deal with the situation that he wanted, or go through a divorce. And man, let me tell you, you got to don't let kids be involved. Do not let kids be involved. And I know people are thinking, well, what's kids got to do with anything? Well, if this couple has been married for 23 years, let's say they have younger children, right? Children that can't be left at home alone, right? And as a man, if I'm this guy, as a man, on a Friday, Saturday night, my wife comes to me and says, hey, Q, baby, I need you to watch the kids tonight because I got to go out here. I got a date tonight with so-and-so, so-and-so. You got to stay in that house. Watch y'all's kids, knowing that your wife is about to go out here and do Lord knows what with who knows what and all type of things. You got to sit there in that house and eat that while watching y'all kids, knowing that she's out here living her best life. And I'll go back to what I said earlier, right? Two sides to the coin. We don't stop and think that maybe, what if she's out here with a guy who's bigger than me, that can last longer than me, that's showing her all type of nasty stuff that I never could do for. He's velcroing her feet to the ceiling fan and turning it on and spinning her around and showing her all these type of crazy tricks and doing all these type of things and got her body reacting in ways that you never could get her body to react. And now she's drawn to that. She loves that, because why would I go get this hamburger when I got this filet mignon over here? Why would I do that? Why would I do that, baby? So now we don't stop and think of how our wife could possibly be out here getting the best that she's ever had in her life. We don't stop and think about how that makes us feel like, dang, this dude could be out here blowing her back apart. You understand what I'm saying? Putting all of her discs, the spine and the discs back there, he's knocking all of them discs all out of place in her spine. Like they all over the place because he's blowing her back out back there. And meanwhile, you ain't doing nothing. You barely making any noise back there. But she's out here in the streets getting her back blown out. And you got to sit there and eat that L, my guy, because this is the situation that you wanted. So again, us as men, we only think about how it's beneficial to us. We don't think about the other side of that coin. Once she starts going out there and doing her thing, how it affects us emotionally and how it makes us feel. We don't think about that shit until it happens. But for this guy, you got two options, like you said, either deal with it or divorce, right? So the way you deal with it, first and foremost, I don't know why you even limited yourself to just one coworker. If this is what the route that you want to take, okay, that coworker wasn't interested, find you somebody damn else, boy. Like, why are you sitting in the house, mad that this one situation with this coworker didn't happen, but your wife is out here living her best life and you don't want to go? Get your ass up off that couch and, go find you somebody else. That's how you deal with it. She's out there doing her thing, so that coworker didn't work out, and this is the situation that y'all in. We here now, so I might as well just go ahead and do my thing and go out here and see who I can mess with out here in these streets. So you can either do that option or, like you said, a divorce. But if you go a divorce route, you got to know that you are the one. Can you handle the fact that you are the one that caused all of this because you wanted to have an open relationship and it didn't go as planned? So now she's out here living her best life and you at home stuck on stupid, and now you want a divorce. It's your fault. You can't blame nobody but yourself. Can you handle that? Can you handle losing a woman because you want a good woman? I don't know if she's good or not, but I'm just assuming you got to handle with losing a good woman because you wanted to a free hall pass one time and it backfired on you, and now she's living her best life and you sitting home stuck on stupid. Can you handle the fact that that now you considering getting a divorce because it's your fault because you introduced this idea to y'all marriage? Can you handle that? Again, it goes back to both sides of the coin. You know what I'm saying? Me, if I'm in this situation, if I want to be in an open relationship, this is how I handle it. First and foremost, it's got to be 100%, 1000% honest and transparent. This is what the guidelines are. Nobody is to bring anybody in the house. You do whatever you do outside of the house, blah, 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 yakety smackety. Whatever the guidelines are, you figure out your guidelines. But the most important thing for me, outside of the making sure we protect ourselves and all of that so we don't bring nothing back home, outside of that, the most important thing is you got to cap it off with a time span. So I would say, hey, look, we're going to do this for 2 years. After 2 years, we'll see where we at with it, see how we feel about it. If this is something that we want to continue doing, okay, fine. Or if we might after 2 years figure out, it's best that both of us are single. So let's just go our separate ways and, live our best life single. Because that alleviates one person being happy with the situation and one person being sad about the situation. Because if you don't have no ground rules of how long we're going to do this, then this unhappy person is going to be unhappy into perpetuity. You know what I'm saying? Till forever. But if you put it at a certain time frame, then when y'all go back and revisit it, one person says they're unhappy, one person says they're happy with the situation, then y'all can move forward on how y'all want to handle it from that point on, instead of one person just being unhappy and figuring out what the hell am I supposed to do. Because I'll be damned. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'll be damned if I'm in an open relationship. If I'm this guy, nephew Q is this guy, right? My plan backfired. I'm in the house on a Friday night. Let's say it's the summertime. She got on, little nice little skirt, halter top, whatever people wearing these days. I don't know. She come in the house. Hey, baby, I got a date tonight. I'm going over such and such house and I'm going to spend the night over his house. Even though I'm in an open marriage, the hell you are spending the night? She come to me talking about, baby, can you watch the kids tonight? I got a date. I'm gonna stay all night over his house tonight. Baby, you can't stay over his house tonight. The hell you are? Well, why not? Well, baby, you got shortness of breath. No, I don't. Boom, hit her right in the chest. You do now. You can't breathe now, can you? Sit your ass down some damn where. We're gonna work this shit out. You ain't going nowhere. But anyways, that's my thought and process on this situation. on how this guy should handle it moving forward. He should either get up off his ass and go meet some more people so he can, learn how to deal with it. Or if he feels like he can no longer accept and deal with what's going on, then just go ahead and do what you got to do and file for divorce and handle things and split amicably. I don't know if these guys have kids. It's not in the story, but if they don't have kids, which is even better, then they can split and move on with their lives without having to worry about co-parenting and all of that, stuff that comes with it. And also, if they don't have kids, another way to deal with it, my guy, is find you a hobby. Get out the house. Find you something to do that's going to distract you and take away from the thoughts of your wife out here gallivanting and living her best life. You know what I'm saying? Go find you something to do. Pick up a hobby. Start podcasting or something, my man. If you can't find you somebody to go love, find you a hobby to do. So you can deal with it. But anyways, that's my advice I would have for this guy. Comment down below what you would do if you were this guy. What advice do you have for this guy in this open relationship? What advice do you have for the lady and what she should do in this open relationship? Should she stop doing what she's doing because her husband, doesn't like it and is upset and doesn't like the way the things are transpired? Should she stop what she's doing just for him? Or should she ignore how he feels and continue doing what she's doing because she can be like, well, you the one who wanted this, so we here now, baby. I'm doing what I got to do. Lock the door. I'm out of here. Peace out. So anyways, let me know what you guys think on this whole situation. Make sure you guys also like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you can't sit down and watch us on YouTube, make sure you listen and download the podcast on all major podcast streaming platforms. Conversations with Q. I've already taken up too much of your time. See you next time on Conversations with Q. And as always, I want you to treat somebody how you want somebody to treat your mama. And I'm up at this thing, y'all. Be good. Peace.